fans, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so close to not doing that tonight because this is just incredible. But with that said, it is a Boston Bruins win for nothing to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Welcome back, everybody, to Into the Den. I am your host, 100 Bex, and with this win against the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Bruins, the 2022-2023 Bruins have made history. Not only is this the best start to a season in terms of record that the Bruins have had since 1930. The 1930 Bruins started out 19-2. We are currently 8-1. 8-1-0. Oh, but these 16 points that we have scored through our first 9 games, the most in franchise history. And keep in mind, we are doing this without Marchand and without McAvoy. And yes, we had Marchand in back last game, but we were down him and Krejci in this game. The Marchand one was planned. The Krejci one was not. Now, speaking of that Krejci thing, it has been confirmed that Michael Rasmussen, Michael Rasmussen is apparently serving 2 games suspension for the high sticking of David Krejci in that game against the in yesterday's game against the Red Wings. And as soon as the Department of Player Safety put out a tweet saying, "Hey, we're going to be looking into Michael Rasmussen for this," all the Red Wings fans came out and said, "Oh, but what about Foligno's hit on Joe Veleno? Oh, where it looked like he elbowed him in the head." Yeah, blah blah blah. Do you guys remember last year when Taylor Hall cracked Nathan MacKinnon in the face and hit Nathan MacKinnon in Colorado, and his stick hit him in the face, and there was blood, and everybody thought, "Oh shit, oh shoot, Taylor Hall is going to get murdered for this," even though it was MacKinnon's stick hitting him in the face. Yeah, that was basically this hit. Yes, Foligno's hit. If you look through it, at the end, his elbow is up, but at the initial point of contact, his elbow is at his side, and as he carries throughout his hit, he brings his elbow up, and like at most hits Veleno's shoulder. Another really bad take that I heard from Red Wings fans after that was, Department of Player Safety just always coming in clutch for Boston. Always they just hate to ever be against Boston. I remind you that Brad Marchand is the most individually suspended player in NHL history. Not in terms of the amount of games, but in terms of the amount of suspensions at 9. Sure. And I feel like the only reason why he's not the most penalized player in terms of games is because, one, the reasons why he isn't the most penalized player in terms of games is one, a lot of his infractions are sort of just cheeky shit, like slew footing and punching Tristan Jarry in the head, which is still bullshit, by the way. He didn't. That was not really that much of a hit, and they gave him 6 games for that. Meanwhile, Rafi Torres almost killed him several times. Shit, I'm actually blanking on 2. Oh, it doesn't matter. Come into this game, first game on the road since the Ottawa game, the first loss of their season. With Ullmark in net. Now, Ullmark has been fantastic for the Bruins. And after this game, I think there is serious conversation. I think there should be serious conversation to put Linus Ullmark in the running for the 2022-23 2023 Vezina Trophy. But we'll get into that in a little bit. We gotta drop the puck first, and it definitely feels like young versus old, because the Blue Jackets have two really young but also really good young prospects playing this game. They got Cole Sillinger, who's younger than I am. He turns I think he turns 20 in May of next year. I turn 21 in April of next year. So he's 19. And also Dave Jiricek playing in his first game as in the NHL at 18 years old. What were you doing at 18 years old? What were you doing? I don't know what I was doing at 18 years old. Let's be honest. None of us knew what we were doing at 18 years old. It kind of starts on kind of like a back and forth, kind of going like back and forth momentum until Clifton goes to tripping. Not really the type of start you want to see from him. Clifton had an all right game. I don't want to say it was amazing. It definitely wasn't as good as he's shown earlier in this season, but it wasn't awful. I mean, let's be clear. The two best players on the ice tonight were Hampus Lindholm and were absolutely Hampus Lindholm and freaking Linus Ullmark. But Clifton goes to the box for tripping, and it's hilarious because Boston is second in the league in penalty kill percentage coming into this game at 93.3%. Columbus hasn't converted on a power play all season. They start this game 0 for 20 and they end it 0 for 22. Over 23 actually. And I think it's hilarious because we come out of this game with more goals on a Columbus power play than they have all season. Anyway, the Bruins end up killing the first power play, and the first goal of this and the first goal of the game to open up the scoring for the Bruins is God bless my friend Charlotte at Carla Grizzlick on Twitter. Shout outs to you, Charlotte, because you're a great friend. And I she was at this game. She is a massive Bruins fan and also a massive Sean Corrali fan. She got a puck from Sean Corrali. That was pretty cool. I hope you had a really good time at this game, Charlotte. And I hope if you're seeing this. But as you could probably guess, her favorite player is Matt Grizzly. So you can bet what the first thing I thought of when Matt Grizzly scored was. Yeah, my friend Charlotte. Anyway, and she even said that like she was cheering so much that she was on the verge of tears, which it's what hockey is all about. It's what hockey is about. It brings out every single emotion in you. Oh, and when your favorite player scores, when you're at that game, it's just the best feeling in the world. It's like it feels like they're showing up for you. They're showing up to give you a show, and that's just the best feeling in the world. I feel pretty much the same way. Pretty much anytime Bergeron scores, pretty much anytime I'm at a game and Bergeron scores, and so I'm just so happy that Charlotte was able to see this, even if it was on the road. Anyway, first period doesn't really get too much going. I gotta be honest, I was a little bit bored throughout this game. I think it's because the Columbus crowd is kind of mid. I hate to say that. Okay, I hate to say that any crowd is a bad crowd. I hate to say that any crowd is a bad crowd because let's be honest, it beats playing in front of absolutely no one. But I don't know. I just didn't really feel too much energy from Columbus on this one. I mean, it's funny. I mean, when we're playing against the Canes, that is a frustrating game always, especially on the road. But when you're at the PNC Arena, you feel the energy. You feel that they want blood on that ice, and they get and as a result, it's always a good show there. It's always a good show. But that's beside the point. Andrew Peak ends up getting enough of a stick in front of Craig Smith to go to the box for tripping, and the Bruins don't end up scoring on this one, but they get a solid uninterrupted minute just in the offensive zone, which you love to see. Even if it's on a kind of shaky Columbus team. I think I gotta admit, even if Adam Boqvist was in this game, this wouldn't have been any different of a game. And not really much happens afterwards, but we go into the first intermission, and I have to say, I didn't notice this during the game because I was focused on the ice, not on the people who were in it. But whoever was at that game, dressed in a Team Rocket, freaking what is it? A Team Rocket sweatshirt, with your partner as Ash Ketchum and your kid in a Pikachu onesie. Incredible. I love you. It's so simple, but I guess Pokemon is just near and dear to my heart. I love Pokemon. Yeah, I am going off track here. But the first period, the second period starts. Nosek goes for hooking about 4 minutes in, and this is where the fun begins. Charlie Coyle just stuffs Johnny Gaudreau into the sideboards. Basically just throws him into the. Basically just pushes him into the Zamboni doors. Closes them behind him. Takes the puck and leaves. And leaves for the net. He crosses in front of the crease just a little bit beforehand, and backhands it past Elvis Merzlikins to put the Bruins up to nothing for the first shorthanded goal of the Bruins season. And again, I have to take back every bit of criticism that I had about Charlie Coyle last year. This is an incredible game. This was incredible from him. The start to the season that he is having, amazing. I love it. And after this, Columbus's captain Boone Jenner decides, you know what? This game ain't fun enough. I'm just gonna throw my weight around and have everybody just go spinning from pretty much upright to horizontal on the ground. And it is fun to watch, but obviously it ends with the tripping call. It ends with the tripping call on him. Columbus ends up killing it, but still, it's just funny. Just wee. I just dropped my phone with that has all my notes on. Anyway, Jacob Brusk saw Charlie Coyle's unassisted goal in the during the penalty kill, and he was like, "Hey, I can do that, except not on the penalty kill." He just walls up right on the right in front of a shot from a Columbus player, takes the puck and has absolute daylight. Just close the rink for private skate at that point. just rushes to the net and shoots a top shot and shoots it on the top to put the Bruins up 3-0. And to close out the and just a few minutes later to close out the period, Pasta ends up taking the puck and making just a slight adjustment that allows him to shoot it right through Gavrikov's legs and catch Mirlikin's just overcommitting just the slightest amount. Like if Elvis Mirlikin's just stood where he was and didn't just move to the left slightly, that puck hits him in the chest. Instead, it does the classic thing of bouncing off his arm and into the net for the to put the Bruins up 4-0 with less than 30 seconds left in the game. With less than 30 seconds left in the period. It ends. Third period starts. It's Columbus has said, all right, Elvis, you're giving me the blues on this one, and so I guess we're putting you in the jailhouse for this one, for the rest of the game, and we're gonna put in Daniil Tarasov, who, to his credit, didn't give up a goal, but I mean, it's hard to really. I mean, hey, I guess you gotta celebrate something, but this is where I have to talk about Linus Ullmark for Vezina. This man not only he had a fantastic night. I was going to sound smart there and talk about his goals saved above expected, but I can't find goals saved above expected anywhere for tonight. I guess I can try again. Oops. Anyway, yeah. Ullmark not only had a fantastic night tonight, including the first shutout of the season for the Bruins, is he did it against Jack Roslovic and Patrick Laine. And I know Roslovic isn't really known for like insane amounts of goals, but he did it against Patrick Laine. I need you to understand how insane that is. And it's like Laine is a guy who consistently puts up 30 goals in the season, and that's sort of like the benchmark for that's sort of like the baseline for someone who's amazing at scoring goals. Is can you score 30 goals in the season and consistently? And he does. And Ullmark completely shut him out. Ullmark just coming out with the most insane glove saves ever, and absolutely earned the first shutout hug of the season, which is different from the normal hug, apparently, because the normal hug is that whole shebang. But the shutout hug is Jeremy Swayman jumping into Ullmark's arms, and it's just incredible. I love those two. But I think the best part about this game is the NESN commentary, because I mean, you know me, I love Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley. Those two are the voices of my childhood, and they're just incredible. I love them. They, by the 50th minute in the game, by around 10 minutes left in the game, they've officially run out of stuff to talk about and are instead just bantering about who is it? About Liam Foudy being the son of someone who is in the CFL, and also and how Taylor Hall's dad also was in the CFL 4 years before Liam Foudy's his dad was, and they're trying to find out which one is the Rough Riders, and also how many teams there are, and it's just incredible. It's just amazing. It's just you ever just watching something and then you and your friends end up just talking about something completely unrelated to what it is you're watching. That's basically this game, and that's basically their commentary, and it's amazing. I love it. It is so much like watching something with your friends, and it's just incredible. Well, anyway, Anton Strawman, who secretly had a really good game tonight. I thought that I thought when they were putting, I thought when they knocked Mike Riley down to the AHL after he cleared waivers, which good. It's good that he cleared waivers because now we can just send him down to the AHL. I apologize for that. After we sent Mike Riley down and I saw that we were playing Strawman, I was like, great. I don't know. I just didn't really have too much faith in Strawman because he's 36 years old on defense. First year professional tryout on a 1 year, 1 million. I don't expect much from him, but he's really had a pretty okay game tonight. Was it amazing? No. No one's gonna be better than Lindholm tonight, who is very much making the 2 first-round picks that we gave up for him seem completely negligible. I mean, we were never gonna do anything with those picks anyway because we're Boston. We suck at drafting. Want to know just how bad we are at drafting? Cam Neely wants us to forget 2015 ever happened. Like, seriously, he is saying, let's stop talking about 2015. As if we didn't have 3 consecutive first. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say anything about that because we turned that into Jake DeBrusk, who broke out last season just incredibly and is now playing so well. Just I love this kid. We got him. We got Jakub Zaboral. And sure, he may have a few kinks to work out, but when he's on, he is on. And we got Pavel Zacha. Yeah, we got that guy. And sure, Zacha has yet to score a goal for the Bruins this season. And yeah, that's not really that good. But honestly, I'm fine with that. We don't need him to score. We don't need him to be a 30-goal scorer. We don't need him to be just an insane playmaker. We need him sort of as a supplemental piece for the bottom 9. He didn't really make any sense on the first line tonight. I don't expect him to be like Halla and get between Hall and Pasternak for and see if we score 20 goals in this season. And I think honestly, I can expect to see Johnny Beecher or Fabian Lysell come up later this season, and I hope to God one of them makes a good impression. I hope to God that Johnny Beecher plays incredibly. I think like for as good as Matty Beniers is in Seattle right now, Johnny Beecher doesn't need to play that well, but he needs to play. He needs to be at the very least half a point per game. He needs I think 40 points out of him as a rookie would be great. Unless we want to bring him up for just a limited sample size so that we can send him back down to the minors and allow him to keep his rookie eligibility for next year. But that's really beside the point. Let's talk about this last penalty that Strawman takes. Omar gets bombarded by Werenski, Roslovic, Line, everybody you could think of. Gaudreau is one of those players. And he walls up. He walls up. He does not give them an inch. He does not give them a second. He gives them nothing. He is a brick wall in that net. it's just incredible. It's just incredible. I think that I seriously think that if this is the Allmark we are getting consistently, this is the Allmark that can at the very least get a fifth place voting for Vezina. And I don't really see what else I have to add. Now, after this game, the Bruins get the rest of the weekend and Halloween off for them to go back to being in their amazing Halloween costume. God damn it! I love Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman and Mario and Luigi. It's just it makes my Nintendo heart sing. It makes my Nintendo heart truly sing. And they get those games off, and then on the first, it's a game against Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, I don't know how to feel about them. I think that Pittsburgh is a good team. Pittsburgh is a good team. You're not going to hear me saying otherwise. But they are also the oldest team in the entire NHL in terms of average age. I mean, you got Crosby, you got Malkin, you got Letang. All of them are getting up there in age. They are on the. I think honestly, they gotta. I think honestly, they should have probably tried to trade in at least one of those pieces off in free agency just to get whatever they could for them. I know it would have been a massive betrayal of everything we ever knew, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? You're gonna compete with you're gonna compete with for a cup with like 36 and 37-year-old Crosby and Letang. Fuck out of here with that shit. But that is it for tonight's episode of Into the Den. Thank you all so much for watching. Quick subscribe if you really like. Down below is my twitch.tv. Twitch.tv is my Twitch channel. Twitch.tv /100_Bex, sort of like the name of this channel. And below that is also just the link to my friend Charlotte's it's Twitter. Show them some love. And Charlotte, I hope you have a nice flight back to Massachusetts. And for the rest of you, take care.